And surprisingly, this race is sold out. Like next week's race, indeed. It is a 2-week stretch from Indianapolis. We welcome you to the Hoosier Grand Prix. This week, it is it's a very nice day. The sun is kind of going down just a bit, but that's fine. We are ready to see some racing here at the IMS road course. Next week, it's Brickyard 600 miles around the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That should be a fun one. But now, let's see who's going to win here today. But let's see the starting lineup for today's race. In row 1, we have Ali Brosman in Case Bridge. Then we get to Nate Rao and Cole Flick. Then we get to the fastest car in practice. One of the fastest cars in practice of Isaac Stead. Then we get to the 12 of Nolan Vernango and Abshar Khan in row 5. Not in row 5, but also in row 4 is Bailey Winstead. Running out in the top 10, it's going to be Boston Matthews and Grant Irwin. Then, starting in 11th, we have Maya Dimmick. Then we get to Aaliyah Dean. Then it's Quentin Sheff. Then Matthew Campton. In 15th is Andre Schreiner. In 16th, it's Heidi Miner. In 17th, he was fast in practice as well. That's Jerime Lomax. Then in 18th, the quickest car in practice of Dave Loudon. In 19th, we have Cohen Moore. And in 20th, we have Penn Pearson. Shotzi's racing this weekend after a terrible crash last week. In 21st, we have the Sonoma winner, Braden Mills. And then last week's winner in 22nd, and that is Jonathan Stevenson. And we get to Austin Horner, Kellen Sheff. I completely forgot who's in the 18 boys and girls. But it won't be long until I find out. Bryce Pax is in the 18. I completely forgot about that. Then Luke Dockery and Jordan Lomax. The first green flag here in the CSKL series, here at the Brickyard. We are green in the Hoosier Grand Prix. It is side by side up front. Bridge there. Look at this. Picking out wide. Look at the 2 down low. It's 4 wide. Flick wants the lead. Bridge is there. Look at everybody battling. Nate Rao is there. It's 3 wide per second. 3 wide per second. Look at Renango. He has a good car. Renango gets around the 63. The 2 and 77 still side by side. We still have 3 wide racing back here. Terrible start out of the 32. Matthew came to look at the 3 wide back there. It's all pretty much going to be single file pretty soon. We do have a chance of rain at the end of this race, and that's going to be interesting. You see the 32 back in 18th. As up front's Case Bridge looking for his first career win. Man, earlier this week, we had a dirt race in Grant Park. Or should I say Grand Park, not Grant Park. Now it's going to be side by side. Lap 1 is led by the 16 of Case Bridge. Here comes Flick. Flick down to the inside. He takes the lead away from Case Bridge. He wins his second win of the year. Flick was quick last week as well. He got second last week in Kern County. But yeah, more about that dirt race. That dirt race was in Grand Park in Westfield at the brand new a dirt track. And it was the first of 2 other races near Indiana. I mean, not near Indiana, but near IMS that Matthew Campton was going to race. Matthew Campton won and dominated that dirt race. In his first career dirt start, he was in the RMG racing machine. And now he is in the RMG racing number 32 this weekend. As right now, he's still in 18th. And we know for a fact that next Thursday night, he's going to be racing at IRP in the Super Late Model Series. But look at Cole Flick out of the final corner. Here's a good battle up front. Flick leads lap 2, but here comes a 16. Bridge to the inside. Flick outside, side by side, but Flick is going to keep the lead. Old Flick keeps the lead here at the Brickyard Road Course. When it rains, that will change everything. And the question is, will we see pit stops before it rains? If so, those drivers will have to pit again. Everybody knows it is going to rain before the end of this one, probably near halfway. It's going to start raining. And it's going to come down really quick as well. And here comes the 2. Here the S's coming back onto the oval. And if you remember me telling you next week 600 miles on the oval, it's going to be interesting to see how many people finish, because we shall see some chaos. Cole Flick leads come to lap number 4 here at the IMS Road Course. Cole Flick continues to lead at the Brickyard. The gap back to second is close. It's side by side. Bridge to the inside. He retakes the lead. Ace Bridge, nice run there. Isaac Stead, top 10. He might be the one to watch later in this one. Let's see who's in last after all that. Oh, looks like that Jordan Lomax is still in last. Helen Sheff did not have a good practice session or a normal race session. The 19 who was quickest is back in 23rd. He was the quickest car in in practice. And we are keeping an eye on last week's winner of Jonathan Stevenson. He was in 20th. 17th is at 32 of Matthew Campton. He does have the visor cam once again. We will ride along with him. Probably on lap 10. Probably on lap 10 or something, or just before, because we will have a break in this race. Here we go, the 16 continuing to lead here in Indy. He is the fastest car on the racetrack. Pace Bridge, huge lead over the 2. The 77 tried to make a move, tried to take second, but he couldn't do it. Could Case Bridge win his first career CSKL race here in IMS? And remember, the winner of the road course and the oval races do get to kiss the bricks. Case Bridge trying to kiss the bricks this weekend. 25 laps in this one. And it's still a good one as we're coming to 20 laps to go here at the Brickyard, here in the Hoosier Grand Prix. Bridge continuing to lead in a sold-out crowd. Look at the 2. Flick to the inside. Let's ride along with Cole Flick. he has bumper cam. The next race has been circled on so many schedules. And I'm not lying either. Here we go, folks. Later this season, after the Brickyard 600, they are going to Watkins Glen, and then we'll start the 3-race stretch of when we are out of the country. We are leaving the country after Watkins Glen. We are going to the Monza road course. The Monza Oval is no more, sadly. And then we are going road course racing at Imola, staying in Italy. And then we are going to Germany for the Germany Grand Prix at Hockenheim. And then we have the 4-hour sprint at the Daytona road course. And then we will cap the season at Road America and in Japan. The Sakito Grand Prix is the last race of the regular season. It is getting down to it, folks. And it won't be long until we crown a regular season champion. It won't be long until the points starts taking effect as well. Matthew Canton really needs good races here. Right now, he's not in position to be in the points. Here comes the 16. Down the back straightaway once again in the infield. Here comes 2 right there. We have a rumor. There is a rumor going around that RMG Racing might be signing Ben Stanky. Ben Stanky, who is a Indy Next driver. No, not an Indy Next driver, but a Formula 2 driver racing for McLaren right now. In Formula 2, he might be making his CSKL debut next week at IMS in the 51. That would be interesting. Ben Stanky might be driving the 51. If that happens, then that's going to be interesting because he has 0 oval starts. But he might just race at Monza and Imola, because he is a Formula 2 driver, and he has already raced at the Monza road course and Imola last season, filling in for an F1 driver. And yet we saw Nolan Farley race too. Didn't work out so well either. But yeah. But Ben Stanky did good. Finished top 5 in Monza. Finished top 10 in Imola. Ben Stanky might be racing both races in the CSKL in the 51, as he is trying to make a career for himself here in the States, in the Stock Car Series, in the CSKL. Out of the final corner, however, it is all Case Bridge who leads at the Brickyard on lap 9. Let's ride along with the 32 as we are going to a break. Guys, this is about to change everything here in Indy. It is raining. Flick has the lead. The 16 is in second. It's Flick and Bridge, 1 and 2 in the rain here at IMS. We have cars hitting pit road. Oh boy. We have 3 cars at 32, the 18 and the 1. I think they know they can't win the race otherwise. So I think that is why they're pitting right now, to get some rain tires right now. Is that going to be the winning move out of those drivers? The 32 is there. The 1 is on pit road. The 32 is in its pit stall. The leaders are on back straightaway. Here we go. Who's going to make it out of pit road first? The 18 there. Looks like the 32 is going to be behind the 18 and in front of the 1. Here comes Flick. Who's going to pit this time? Could that have been the race-winning move that we were wanting to see? Flick is there. Bridge pits. Case Bridge is coming down pit road in the 16. That is probably another good move right there. But right back here is the drivers we are watching right now. Are they too far back? Or was it the race-winning move? It's the 2 who has the lead. Multiple cars are on pit road. We are going to see some chaos. Exiting pits. Exiting the pit road. There is Quentin Sheff in the 66. There's some others right there. Luke Donkery is there. Now getting into his pit stall. Is that Bridge? Yes, it is, folks. Case Bridge is coming. How about the other drivers? The other drivers are now exiting the final corner. Here they come. Guys, I think that was a race-winning move. Where are they going to come out at? The 18 and 16 right there. The 32 is going to be in front of them. It's going to be side by side. One at pit stop by the 18, 16, and 32. Campton comes out right behind the 16. One at pit stop. Here comes a 2. Flick comes down pit road. We are hearing there's a penalty on the 18. It's not going to show up on the leaderboard, but the 18 has been penalized for speeding on pit road. So if he crosses the line first, that's going to nullify. That is interesting. Look at Campton right behind the 16. Schreiner is staying out more laps. I find that very interesting. Here we go. The 18 who's penalized. Now, right here, that's going to be right in front of everybody, too. This was the winning strategy right here. You are seeing right now your potential new leader soon, Case Bridge. Although he shows in 5th behind the 18, he is going to be counted as the leader, as everybody knows that Pax has been penalized. Where's everybody coming out at? Out of pit road. That was not a good pit cycle. Cole Flick is back down to 18th. Matthew Campson has a chance to get his first career win and to gain some valuable points. And this time, points is in his name. Here we go, folks. The top 2 pit. Top 3 pit. And it is raining. It got cold. I can feel the chill. I can feel the chill here inside the press box. Just coming in. There is an additional penalty onto the 16 of. There's an additional penalty on the 16 of Case Bridge, which means the laps will only count for Matthew Campton. There is a penalty right now. 2 cars who are being shown 1 lap down. It's not going to show up on any leaderboard, but it just came in. The top 2, Pax and Bridge, penalized 1 lap down now, as your leader is Matthew Campton. We are seeing history in the making. Could we see Matthew Campton get the win here in Indy? We will be back after this quick break, folks. like I said earlier, we have a chance to see some chaos. And chaos with the penalties and chaos on the radios. Bryce Pex and Case Bridgewater in front of the 32 learned a couple laps ago that they were penalized for speeding on pit road. They are arguing their pit road penalties, and if they continue arguing, they might be suspended for a week. They might miss out on next week's race. That would be huge if they do. As right now, although it shows on the leaderboard the 18 is leading, right now the real leader is this car right here. It's Matthew Campton. Campton leads over Austin Horner, Ali Brossman, Amchar Khan, Bailey Winstead, Maya Dimmick, Quinn Sheff, Finn Pearson, and Cohen Moore. And running out in the top 10 is Jerron Lomax. But right now, here we go. Your leader is the 32, Matthew Campton, looking to win his first career race. And I heard every fan's reaction, and they were shocked. As well as 16 and 18 at their penalties. The 32 sees a battle behind him, but that's not going to work. Lap 19 of 25 is on the board. We are close to seeing the finish of this race. Colin gets up to third, behind the 1 and 32. Matthew Campton continuing to lead here in the Hoosier Grand Prix. Man, what a race we have seen. I do want to see who is in 25th. That is Jordan Lomax. Jordan Lomax is having a terrible race. I can tell you that right now. Heidi Minor is not having a good race either. But as far as we know, right now, last place is this car right here, Bryce Pex, and in 26th is the 16. They are both one lap down, although they are shown first and second, but they are really one lap down. Matthew Campton, however, leads here in Indy. He is trying to win out of the final corner. We have 6 laps to go for Matthew Campton here in the Hoosier Grand Prix. Let me tell you his background. He started out go-kart racing on many short road courses across the United States. Then he impressed so much, he went to Formula 2. From there, he was able to race for Red Bull with Nathan Rockhill in Formula 1. Spent 5 years in Formula 1 and won all 5 championships he was in. He dominated most of those races. And then last season, he set out and made his stock car debut in this series. Had some welcoming issues with some drivers, as they were not expecting a Formula 1 driver to race in the CSKL. If you remember, he raced part-time only on road courses until later last season when he finally made an oval debut. I think that was at Indy as well. Matthew Campton, yeah. And then he announced later last season that that would be his last full-time Formula 1 season, as he transitions this season full-time CSKL racing Matthew Campton, 5 laps to go, and a potential first career win for him. That would be huge for him and his fans. You know, he has a lot of fans here in the Indianapolis area. He just got recently into some short track races, trying out more oval races. He won the Slinger Nationals a couple weeks ago. We know he won his first ever dirt race this week here in Westfield, Indiana. Next week, he's going to make his super late model return, making sure he races for one of the best teams, Thunder Motorsports. He's going to be racing in his same number right now in the 32T at IRP in Brownsburg/Claremont, Indiana. But right now, all eyes on him. Folks, we are about 4 laps away from seeing history here in the Crazy Sports Good League. If you're wondering, what's the history? The history is we have 2 history in the making. We have 2 history things in the making here, folks. One history is that we have never seen the top 2 get penalized on speed. Those were the first ever pit road speeding penalties ever to be now a lap down, shown as the top 2, but is not leading. And the other history is we have never seen a Formula 1 driver come from Formula 1 to the next season win a race. No, scratch that. We have never seen a Formula 1 driver coming from a Formula 1 to win a race in the CSKL series. That was the other way around was broken last season at Imola when Nathan Rockhill won his first F1 race. The one corner battling for the lead. He is a former CSKL champion. He wants to win here. But right now, coming around to take 3 laps to go. Out of the final corner. 3 laps to go here in the Hoosier Grand Prix. Nathan Rockhill became the first ever CSKL driver to win a Formula 1 race coming from the CSKL. Campton trying to become the first Formula 1 driver coming from Formula 1 to win a CSKL race. So technically, him and Rockhill switch spots. We know Rockhill is lined up to potentially race in Japan. That could be interesting. And the other interesting thing is, Ben Stanky, he might be also in the 51 that week too. It's going to be interesting to see who is racing in the 51. We know Rockhill will be making 1 start this season. Nick Green, we know, will be racing in the 51 next week. That is not a lie. Nick Green will return in the Brickyard 600 for RMG Racing. But right now, folks, all eyes on the Formula 1 champion of Matthew Campton. Right now, on the leaderboard, it says he is in 3rd. But right now, we know for a fact that he is not in third. He is your leader. Out of the final corner, we have 2 laps to go. We have a battle for the lead. Here comes Austin Horner. Horner now to the inside of the 32. Can't make anything happen. Look at the 83. The 83 and 1 there. Battling not side by side. Next time by, it's going to be the white flag. It's been a very eventful race. Man, kind of boring race, but I think what got everybody's attention was seeing the 16 and 18 get penalized. That definitely got everybody's attention. And I know that everybody's just ready for next week. The Brickyard 600. We said earlier in the race, Matthew Campton was not in a good points position and that he could have put, and I'm saying this here, if he was behind right now in second, he would be furious. Because I think he, as of right now, he is in a must-win situation, and we are coming around to take the white flag. Matthew Campton, a 5-time Formula One champion, over 100 wins in Formula One. He raced Formula One part-time before he got into full-time racing. Final lap in the Hoosier Grand Prix. The Formula One champion. The Formula One superstar. First career full season in the CSKL, and he has the lead. Penalties to both the 16 and 18 has gone to 32 this far. He has been so good. He has been so strong all season long, but nothing has gone his way. He's wanted this moment for a really, really long time now. He was quick last week. Folks, we are seeing history in the making. The history books are about to be rewritten here in the Hoosier Grand Prix. We have never seen a Formula One driver coming from Formula One to win a CSKL race up until today. Ladies and gentlemen, the 5-time Formula One champion, finally we can say it, he can finally celebrate. Penalties by the top 2 out of the final corner. Finally, for the first time in his career, Matthew Campton is going to win a race in the Crazy Sportsman League. Matthew Campton has won the Hoosier Grand Prix here at the Indianapolis Road Course. Matthew Campton has won here in the Hoosier Grand Prix. What a finish. Guys, all I have to say, that was a good race. And here we go, folks. Man, what a race indeed. And Matthew Campton finally a winner in the Crazy Sports Good League. Folks, thanks for watching. Matthew Campton wins here, the Hoosier.